Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 in season 6 of our Glory Hunter season. As you will know from the last episode, I did leave my position as manager of Borussia Dortmund after completing all three trophies within the DFL Supercup, having previously won the Bundesliga and the DFB Pokal. I've taken a bit of a gamble um, in search for my next job. I was looking at clubs in Spain and in France, particularly Lyon, Rennes, and Lille in France, and Alaves, Villarreal, and somebody else I can't remember in Spain, all of whom were in the Europa League and the Europa Conference League competitions for season 6. There wasn't the only job that came up that would have been available for me to apply was Villarreal. I decided not to apply for that position. I've taken a massive gamble. I've actually gone through season 6 without joining another club. Now, this is where things get interesting. Um, on the 3rd of May, there was a club in Spain who had sacked their manager, and I declared my interest. On the 3rd of May, declared my interest in a job. Apologies, I didn't declare my interest. I applied for the job, and only recently have I declared my interest in it. We're going to have a little look at what's been going on in Football Manager in the meantime. So in between times, Newcastle have offered me a job whenever Pep Guardiola, who took over from me at um, Newcastle, he was there for a couple of seasons. He then left to take up the job with PSG. Another job I was considering applying for. The only thing that really stopped me from applying for it was that they are playing Champions League football again next season. They did finish, I think, third or fourth in the league this year. It's into the new season. They didn't win the league, is the main thing. It would have been a very good job to round off the French side of it, winning the league and the two cups. Decided not to go for it because they have Champions League football. I wanted a club in the Europa League or in the Europa Conference League. As I mentioned, I got offered an opportunity to interview with Newcastle. I've turned that down. The job that I have been looking for is Atletico Madrid. They sacked Diego Simeone with only 3 games left to play. They were sitting in 8th place in the league at that time. On the 3rd of May, I submitted my application. Only recently did I declare my interest in the job. We are now into the 22nd of June, so it's taken 6 or 7 weeks, maybe even about 7 weeks for me to actually get an interview. After I declared my job, the fans considered me a leading candidate, and finally the opportunity has come for me to apply and attend an interview. So we're going to get into the interview, and we're going to see how this goes. Just for the record, the Atletico did manage to finish in 7th place in the league, so they're in the Europa Conference League. I'm very confident that now they do need a little bit of rebuild, but I'm very confident that if we make the right signings, we can go on and challenge for the Europa League. That would hopefully push us into the Europa League. Sorry, challenge for the Europa Conference League. That would hopefully push us into the Europa League for next year. If we can stay out of the top 4, hopefully that will be fine. We can maybe go on and challenge for the Europa Conference League as well. But we're here for an interview with Atletico Madrid, so let's get this underway. And the board are pleased you've taken the time to attend today. A few questions we would like to ask of the manager you want to take the club. I'm glad you're giving me a chance to take. Let's get down to business. Are you worried about not being able to speak the language? Not at all. I don't think it's something I worry about. I can learn the language in time. Absolutely. Can you ease concerns that you have never previously managed in this country? The fact that I have experience in various other countries should hopefully make up for the fact that I'm yet to work here. And I would say that would be a good thing. 3 league titles in 5 years in 3 different countries. You've been unemployed for a fairly long time now. That is correct. Why have you not returned to management yet? I'm waiting for the right opportunity and, more importantly, the right club. That feels like a good answer that would hopefully get me this job. Are you willing are you willing to assure us that you do a better job meeting expectations than your potential predecessor did? I've got a good record when it comes to meeting expectations. I think so. You would potentially be replacing someone who's very much liked by our fans. I mean, Diego Simeone was there for 10 years, maybe. We're in the 28 now, 29. So, yeah, he was there for a long time, obviously. My record speaks for itself. Proud of a strong relationship with the fans wherever I've been. I think that's true. Yeah. We value longevity at this club, and recent history shows we're prepared to give the right manager a long time to get it right. Well, that is true because, as mentioned, he's been there for a long time, Diego Simeone. My record speaks for itself. I prefer building something over the long term in an effort to leave a lasting legacy. I mean, that's not what my record shows. My record shows 3 clubs in 6 years. Most of one of those years has been unemployed, but this feels like the right answer. How do you feel working with a director of football? Always happy to do so. As part of the recruitment process, we were willing to allow you to request changes to our current backroom staff. What size of budget would you need? Make a few changes, so a decent budget. So the club's long-term visions are sign players under the age of 23 for the first team, work within the wage budget, grow the reputation, spend the original transfer budget, increase commercial revenue, 1 year contract for over 33, 2 years for over 31, 3 years for over 29, 4 years for first team players. End of the season, 5 year plan. So end of next season, become recognized as best of the best. And the same the year after, and the year after, and the year after. Yeah, let's go with that. We aren't in a position to set any expectations for you to meet for the current season because this current season has just finished. The expectations and budgets will be laid out in the run up to next season. If you are appointed, that's fine. Do you have any requests for us you consider before we decide to hire you? None that I can think of. Thank you very much. We'll be in touch. And already the news is saying that we are set to take over. So we're going to skip forward. We're going to see if this job comes up. In other job news, I mean, Arsenal have sacked Thomas Tuchel. Liverpool have sacked their manager. They've brought in, I think Liverpool have brought in maybe Ryan Mason, I think, from Spurs. We're just going to skip through some news and hopefully get to the point where we are appointed with a new job. Season 6 in this Glory Hunter series has been very, very short. It's 2 episodes. Technically, does this count as season 7? Atletico request backroom changes. Suggest changes. I don't need to make any changes. Let's go with it. I'm about to get the Atletico Madrid job. We're in the Europa Conference League. Here we go. Contract offer. 3-year contract. 53 grand a week. Exit talks. And this should be it. Wrapped up. Atletico Madrid hire Blues. Eyebrows have been raised in the world of football. The appointment of a 46-year-old who had recently spent time away from football, and he's sure to face plenty of questions when he faces the media at the Civitas Metropolitano. Blues, of course, famously of the Champions League with Inter in 2027 will be considered quite a coup for a club of Atletico standing and support. Supporters are excited about potential summer success on their new manager. He replaces previous manager Diego Simeone. Domenico Tedesco was considered to be the favourite for the job, particularly after he was spotted at attending an interview, but they ultimately preferred a different candidate. Atletico finished the season in 7th place in the Liga following a 3-match unbeaten run. So here we are. Our media prediction is 3rd. I don't really want that. Well, we'll see. Here is our sort of expected lineup as the team is currently. I have had a look at the squad. There are a few players in on loan, which we may or may not keep depending on how negotiations go. Schedule a meeting with the schedule a press conference with the media. I mean, I'm just going to say no on that because I don't really care for that kind of stuff. But here we are. We are in charge at Atletico Madrid. Declines to meet the press. We'll install a tactic shortly. So we are qualified for the Europa Conference League. Finished in 7th place, as you'll see. Just 2 points away from missing out, actually. They lost 10 games last season, quite a few of them. 54 points they finished on. We're in, do you know what? We're in the Europa Conference League. We're certainly going to give it a go next season. We want to win Europa Conference League. In terms of domestic league, domestic cups, I'm not really concerned about that yet. I want to win the Conference League. hopefully then go on to win the Europa League, and then certainly make a challenge in Spain. If we win the Conference League, if we don't win the Europa League, so long as we make a challenge in the other competitions, we could potentially move to France to take on a Europa Conference team, hopefully. But that is how we're looking. We'll get a look at the first team squad. They are aging quite a bit. Jan Oblak is 37, Termena is 34, Lemand is 33, Demiral 32, Molina 32, Jose Jimenez 35, Galan is 35, Conor Gallagher is now 30, Marcus Llorente is 35. So there's going to be with Benjamin Sesko. What an absolute superstar of a player to have. Alvarez, he's still there, excellent player. So we are going to wrap up this episode. It has been obviously a shorter episode. It's been a much shorter season 6. So we're going to wrap it up here at this point. We are going to look to rebuild a team over the summer. We will be back then with the first episode in season 7 as we start the new season with Atletico. That's it for now. I do hope you've enjoyed it. My apologies for the long gap in season 6 and the short season 6 and the long gap in jobs. We have a new job. We very much have a challenge ahead of us, and we're looking forward to taking it on. We will see you in the next episode. Until then, thank you very much and take care. Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. It helps us to grow. It helps us to bring you more videos like this. Please also leave a like and share the video as well. And please do leave a comment. We would love to hear your feedback also. That's it for now. You can watch one of these recommended videos, but we will see you in the next one. Until then, thank you and take care.